All right, Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for the home run of the day. He didn't give up any home runs. Well, actually, he did give up a couple home runs to the LA Dodgers, but solo shots. And this was all about Pfaadt, the first starting pitcher to 7 wins this year as the D-backs beat the Dodgers.
Back she goes. That one is gone. The second 2-run home run of this inning for the Diamondbacks. So when it rains, it pours here in L.A. 7-0. D-backs take the lead. Onto the track, at the wall. There she goes. 2-run home run for Geraldo Perdomo. It's his 6th of the season. And the D-backs get that insurance right back there at 1-9-3.
We put some really good pure swings on some fastballs out. 2-run home run. So that's what we're capable of doing. I thought our guys matched up well. They were engaged and really locked in.
For a team right now that just doesn't strike out a lot of guys, when the ball is in play, we've got to make plays that we need to make, and we also got to get strike one and things like that.
That was Torey Lovullo and Dave Roberts, the managers of the Diamondbacks and Dodgers, respectively. Yesterday, Brandon Pfaadt, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and all solo shots, as Steve mentioned, one to Shohei Ohtani, and then you got 2 there to Mookie Betts. To me, when you look at this, it's about the ability to stay away from damage. Didn't get one swing and miss, not one whiff on the day for Brandon Pfaadt, and it didn't matter for him. He didn't chase the strikeouts, he just chased the outs, and that's the part that you look at for these young pitchers that have continued to get better. For Brandon Pfaadt, 7-game winner now, the leader in Major League Baseball. He got that early lead, and he just filled up the strike zone. How many times do you watch young pitchers, even veteran guys, struggle with a big, 6-7 run lead? Not fill up the strike zone, give away free 90s. He didn't, allowed them to stay in it. Now, they had to hold on a little bit. Ryan Thompson gave it up in the 9th inning. Shelby Miller came on for one batter he faced to get the save.
I do like both managers talking about the process, not the result at the end, but the quality of the at-bats that led to the runs scored. For Dave Roberts, talking about not making the plays defensively. If we're not going to get strikeouts, we got to make the plays defensively behind it. They weren't able to do it, and those the difference in the game. 3 solo shots compared to 3 2-run home runs. Ultimately, the difference in this one. All right, coming back. A guy that if you kept it in the ballpark, he was going to run it down and catch it. The managers and coaching staffs for the All-Star Futures game, which is always one of the preeminent events at the All-Star event every year. In some of the
What's up, Dodger Nation? I'm Victor, and you're watching Los Angeles Dodgers News, the place where the passion for Dodger Blue runs deeper than any stat line. And today, buckle up, because the trade rumors are on fire. We're talking about the Dodgers potentially pulling off a blockbuster to land a $33 million All-Star, which, yeah, you guessed it, would push Mookie Betts back to the outfield. Again. But wait, is that actually a good idea? Are we really cutting ties with Chris Taylor? And what in the world is happening with Kim and Dalton Rushing not playing every day? I got thoughts, I got takes, and I got receipts. So grab your jersey, crack a cold one, and let's dive into it. Blockbuster rumor, Dodgers targeting Bo Bichette? So according to Sporting News, trade talks are heating up, and the name that just won't go away is Bo Bichette, shortstop for the Blue Jays, 2-time All-Star, and 2-time AL batting champ. The dude can rake. He hit .306 in 2023. He's got pop, he's got range, and oh yeah, he's set to become a free agent after next season. He's making around $11 million per year, and with the Jays looking to lock down Vlad Jr. for $500 million, it's hard to see them keeping both. So Bo's on the block, and who's always lurking in situations like this? That's right, Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers. The rumor is bringing Bichette to play shortstop, move Mookie back to the outfield, and reshape the lineup. Again. At first glance, you're like, really? Another move for Mookie? But hold up. Is Mookie Betts struggling at shortstop? Look, I love Mookie. I've got his jersey. I've got the bobblehead. But let's keep it real. His numbers are down this season. He's batting .263 right now, and for a guy who's got a career average around .294, that's a noticeable dip. Now I'm not saying the ship's sinking, but you gotta wonder, is playing shortstop wearing him down? Is the physical toll hurting his performance at the plate? We moved him there out of necessity, but if we want peak Mookie, maybe putting him back in right field is the smarter play, and letting a true shortstop like Bichette take over. Chris Taylor released, end of an era. Big move from the front office, Chris Taylor has been cut. Let that sink in. The same CT3 that came over from Seattle back in 2016 in that under-the-radar deal for Zach Lee. That trade worked out great for a while. But let's be honest, Taylor hasn't been the same. In 2024, he was hitting .191, striking out a ton, and just couldn't get it going. The Dodgers had to make room for Todd Maine coming off the IL, and Taylor, still owed $17 million this year, was the odd man out. Sucks to say goodbye, but it felt like it was time. Sometimes we hang on a little too long. It happens. What are we doing with Kim and Dalton rushing? And now here's my biggest gripe as a fan. Why in the world are Kim and Dalton rushing not playing every day? Kim can play literally anywhere. He's solid at the plate, solid with the glove. Dalton? The dude's got pop and plate presence, and yet he gets one at-bat in an entire game? Meanwhile, Conforto's average is down to .213 and dropping like a rock. Like, what are we doing here? It just feels like Roberts isn't maximizing the roster the way he used to. Tony Gonsolin's bloody knuckle? Can we talk about that bizarre moment with Tony Gonsolin against the Angels? The guy's knuckle was literally bleeding in the first inning. I thought for sure he was coming out, but credit to him, he stayed in for 4 innings, gave up 5 walks, 4 earned runs, struck out 3. Not great, but he getted it out. But yeah, we got swept by the Angels. Let me say that again, swept by the Angels. 1 loss? Okay. Losing a series? Annoying. But a full sweep? That stings. Listen, Dodger fam, sometimes this team drives us crazy. But that's baseball. We bleed blue. We celebrate the wins, we rant during the losses, and we always show up. I do this channel for the love of it, not the money, and I'm grateful for every one of you who's part of this community. So let me hear your thoughts in the comments. Would you trade for Bo Bichette? Should Mookie move back to the outfield? Why aren't Kim and Rushing playing more? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Victor, this is Los Angeles Dodgers News, and as always, think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers!